Good morning. Today I have three different Newsela articles that I would like you to look at in regards to developing specific communication soft skills that would be helpful to you both in your educational environment as well as the job market. So these are all specifically focused on communication skills and particularly those related to creating connection through visual contact and communication patterns. And I'm going to go through the specific requirements of each and what is related to them. So you can do these in any order and what expectation goes along with each one. The first one is teens are getting theatrical, but they're learning workforce skills. So this first one has to do with a youth program that focuses on teenagers that are working on a, a schoolwork program that is trying to get students to understand what it's like to be in a working environment and be engaged in interactive working systems and the fact that they need to be personal advocates for themselves. And because of this, they need to engage in effective communication. And so this role playing gives them the opportunity to see what it's like to be in this environment and kind of step out of more passive roles of being in the classroom where many of them have gotten used to being very quiet. So the writing prompt for this is write a short paragraph that explains the central idea of the article, which means we use our highlighting tool to go through and find what are some key elements within the article. So the development for youth, the development for school for youth, which Harris graduated from in 2014. It's one of several programs of the nonprofit All Stars Project. The school uses elements of the performing arts to train kids from poor communities in certain soft skills, such as communication, confidence, and problem solving. That was one thing that I had highlighted. Another thing that I had highlighted as I went through is that some employers say they struggle to find job candidates with basic interpersonal skills. Another thing that I had highlighted when I went through is that research has found that soft skills rival technical and academic skills in predicting success. So these are just some of the things that I thought were relevant pieces of information when I went to go and write my answer. You might highlight other things. These were just some of the things that I had highlighted very quickly as I went through my reading. I would use those pieces of information to help me in writing my answer. So then when I would go to write my answer, I would use that as part of my writing my answer for the prompt, and then I would take the quiz. Okay? My next assignment is how to communicate effectively. For this assignment, there's a power words assignment, and again with power words, you go through, you can click on the word, and it gives you the definition as you go through the reading. So effective, if something is effective, it does what it is supposed to do. That way, when you go to do the assignment, you've had all of the definitions as you've gone through the reading to help you do the power words activity. Now, for the first writing prompt, this one is another one. What is the central idea? Now, often with the central idea of an article, you can find the central idea usually in the introductory paragraph and in the summary paragraph. So this one is all about how to communicate effectively. And you can really find the central idea being summarized in that first paragraph. The finest leaders have always been good communicators, whether in education, business, or politics. With some practice, you can learn how to communicate effectively and well too. And again, it's summarized towards the end of the article, and you can find support for this throughout the article. The other writing prompt that is given here is that it is asking you, many people want to get their information in different ways, such as charts, pictures, videos. How would you change this article from mostly written context to different formats to make it a more interactive article? So one of the things that I do, particularly when I'm doing presentations, so that it's not just blocks of text that people are reading from the screen, is that I try to chunk information and figure out, well, how can I create a visualization of that information? I might still have that chunk of information, but I might include something that goes along with it. So as I was reading the article, I went through and I thought about, well, what do these chunks make me think of as I go through? So like choose the right time, the timing, consider what's the best time. And I highlighted each chunk as to, could I find a short GIF or GIF, depending on how you pronounce it, that would match up with that symbol. And so timing is really important. Communication is something different. I could probably find a GIF that would go along with that, or GIF. And then remove distractions, television, laptop, other electronics that could, and so whether I found a GIF or a GIF, or maybe just a whole bunch of images of those items with little slashes through it, and I could include that in the article as a, like, get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, so that it was a nice visualization for someone to see that. For have the right mindset, I could have, again, another GIF of somebody kind of, as we saw in the mindfulness unit, like going through a mindfulness activity, and pay attention when listening, have somebody actively listening, going through that nodding motion, making eye contact, physically modeling the motions that are being described there. The practice, like learning a musical instrument, again, showing somebody like playing a trombone or playing a violin, so that you're seeing what is being described, again, so the reader has a visualization of what is being described, so that this gives an individual a physical representation of what is being shown. And our last article is Soft Skills for Professional Success. This one, again, is dealing with how employers and, again, schools, what is it that we want in terms of what will make somebody be successful? And what the writing prompt is looking for here is, why should somebody read this? So what are the key things that is going to be effective? Well, first up, communication. Know your audience, understand how they need to receive information, what is important, what's not important, and understanding how to communicate effectively. One-word answers usually are not great. Understanding the difference between different types of communication, in terms of the fact that it's not just what you say, but it's how you physically interact. Your nonverbal communication is just as important as your verbal communication. So how do you hold your body? Are you slouching? Are you fidgeting? Are you Are you sitting up straight? Are you conveying that you are confident in yourself? Um, are you making good eye contact with the individual, or are you averting your eyes? Do you seem uncomfortable? There's also general professionalism. Can you interact with an individual and show that you're able to solve problems, keep a level head in stressful situations? Can you show up on time? And can you handle challenging challenging problems with composure, or do you freak out? Are you enthusiastic? Do you come into the workplace situation um, with an attitude that seems like you want to handle the situation? Are you coming in with this idea that it's work? Do you treat other employees with respect? And are you treating your customers with respect? And there's many ways that you can demonstrate that. The There is another writing prompt that goes with this, and the idea here is you're going to give a justification as to why employers keep a ranking of communication as one of their top uh, means of evaluation for employees. And one of the things that you'll need to do is you'll need to think about why this would be so important. Why is communications at the top of employers' evaluations of employees? Why is communication so vital to the role of interaction within the workplace? Okay. Now, remember, with all of these assignments, after you've done the writing prompt, go back and take the quiz, or the writing prompts, go back and take the quizzes. All right, that's everything. Have a great day.